Hello, royal folks. It's good to see you all here again. This is your regular dose of royal news and analysis. Before we move on to any further details, I would really love to thank you all for your enormous love and support. But before we delve into further discussion, if you haven't subscribed and planning, come on guys, what are you waiting for? Hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell ASAP. Thank you so much for your time and support. Let's start the video now. Exclusive. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's old $100 million deal with Netflix has been branded an expensive failure. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, appear to be in a celebratory mood after signing an extension of their partnership with streaming giant Netflix. The deal, however, is said to be structured differently from their previous arrangement, raising fresh questions about the couple's long-term prospects in the entertainment industry. According to industry reports, the Sussexes' new agreement is described as a first-look deal. This means Netflix will have the first right of refusal on projects pitched by Harry and Meghan before other studios or platforms are approached. Although such arrangements are common in Hollywood, experts note that this contract is worth less than the pair's original deal, signaling that their future with Netflix is not without uncertainty. A public relations expert has now weighed in on the matter, suggesting that the couple's joint brand could prove to be both their greatest asset and their biggest stumbling block. Back in 2020, soon after stepping down from their roles as senior working royals, Harry and Meghan shocked the world by announcing a partnership with Netflix worth a reported $100 million. The move marked a dramatic shift in their careers, as the couple sought to establish financial independence and craft a new identity outside the British monarchy. Through their production company, Archewell Productions, the Sussexes committed to creating documentaries, scripted shows, and other programming that aligned with their values and interests. While the couple's projects generated headlines and initial viewership, questions soon arose about whether Netflix was truly receiving value for its investment. Insiders later revealed that executives at the streaming platform considered the original deal an expensive failure, suggesting the company did not see sufficient long-term returns from the Sussexes' output. Edward Coram James, CEO of the London-based PR agency Go Up, offered an exclusive perspective in comments to Express.co.uk. He argued that the Sussexes brand presents a unique challenge for both their image and commercial partners. Netflix deals fluctuate all the time, and the fact that their first projects generated headlines and viewership shows they still have pull, Coram James explained. The real issue is managing expectations. Their brand comes with huge anticipation, so when returns don't match the hype, it's easy for their critics to pounce. The expert further suggested that the couple's joint image may be doing them more harm than good. The biggest challenge for Meghan, even solo, is the public perception of her and Harry as a package deal, he said. The joint brand is the problem. You can't separate Harry from the military and his passion projects, and you can't separate Meghan from Hollywood and her entrepreneurial ventures. When they are together, it's a conflict of interest that confuses the public and provides an easy target for criticism. In other words, Harry and Meghan's very identities, one rooted in royal service and philanthropy, the other in Hollywood, lifestyle, and entrepreneurship, can seem mismatched when presented as a single entity. Coram James advised that the Sussexes should consider focusing on individual ventures rather than joint ones. From a PR standpoint, keeping their brands separate, as they have been doing lately, creates clearer storylines for audiences, he noted. It allows them to move away from the royal drama narrative and build legacies based on their work with veterans, Harry and their entrepreneurial and philanthropic ventures, Meghan. He added that such a shift could help them move beyond the negative perception that their Netflix partnership has been overpriced and underwhelming. If they succeed with this new, more focused approach, they can finally shake the expensive failure label, he concluded. Behind the scenes, reports suggest that Netflix executives have wrestled with disappointment regarding the Sussexes' content output. While Harry and Meghan achieved strong ratings, follow-up projects have not matched that level of cultural impact. Executives are believed to be cautious about publicly labeling the deal as unsuccessful, but the term expensive failure has reportedly circulated privately within the company. Some insiders argue that the streaming platform initially overestimated the pair's star power outside the context of their royal departure. Nevertheless, Netflix appears to recognize the couple's ongoing relevance, particularly in the United States, where Meghan's lifestyle brand ambitions and Harry's philanthropic projects continue to attract attention. By offering a first-look arrangement instead of another high-value contract, Netflix may be signaling both caution and optimism, granting the Sussexes another opportunity to prove themselves, but with reduced financial risk. The Sussexes' journey since leaving the UK has been marked by both triumphs and turbulence. Their desire to step away from the royal family's strictures was coupled with an ambition to build financial and creative independence. Deals with Netflix and Spotify were central to this vision. However, the results have been mixed. Their Spotify contract ended prematurely in 2023 after producing Meghan's podcast Archetypes, but failing to deliver the broader content slate that had been promised. Commentators at the time suggested that the couple had struggled to adapt to the demanding pace of the media industry. In contrast, their Netflix ventures have at least resulted in several high-profile releases, though the sustainability of that partnership remains in question. Meghan Markle's return to a more Hollywood-oriented path has been increasingly evident. With Love Meghan, she signaled her interest in merging entertainment with lifestyle branding. The cooking series, centered on recipes and cultural exploration, reflects Meghan's broader ambitions to establish herself as a figure in wellness, food, and philanthropy. Industry insiders suggest that such projects could dovetail with the growth of her lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, which she launched in 2024. By aligning her media presence with her business ventures, Meghan may hope to replicate the kind of multimedia empire pioneered by figures like Gwyneth Paltrow and Martha Stewart. Yet critics argue that Meghan's brand-building efforts remain a work in progress. Her association with royal controversies has made it difficult for her to fully reposition herself as a lifestyle entrepreneur. For Prince Harry, the situation is somewhat different. His focus has consistently been on issues close to his heart: mental health, veteran affairs, and environmental advocacy. Harry's 2023 memoir, Spare, became a global bestseller, cementing his voice as an author and commentator on his personal struggles and the complexities of royal life. Yet the book also reignited tensions within the royal family and reinforced his image as a divisive figure. Media projects centered on Harry's causes, such as his work with the Invictus Games for wounded veterans, may provide a clearer, more authentic path forward for him than joint ventures with Meghan. Public opinion remains deeply divided on Harry and Meghan's post-royal career. Supporters view them as trailblazers carving out new roles outside a restrictive institution, while critics accuse them of hypocrisy and over-commercialization. The new Netflix deal, though modest compared to the first, could serve as a litmus test for whether the couple can transition from being defined by their royal exit to being recognized for their creative and philanthropic contributions. If Harry pursues documentary projects tied to his humanitarian and military interests, and Meghan develops her cooking, lifestyle, and wellness ventures, the two could build distinct but complementary legacies. On the other hand, if their joint projects continue to spark criticism without delivering long-term value, their Hollywood experiment may stall. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's renewed deal with Netflix represents both an opportunity and a challenge. While the contract affirms that they remain bankable figures in the entertainment world, the reduced scope and value compared to their initial $100 million deal highlight the need for results. As PR expert Edward Coram James noted, the Sussexes' future success may hinge on their ability to separate their personal and professional brands, carving out distinct identities that play to their individual strengths. The next few years will determine whether the couple can shed the expensive failure label, or whether their partnership with Netflix will become a cautionary tale of unmet expectations in the high-stakes world of streaming entertainment. So what do you think about this news, guys? Write down in the comments what you think and let me know. Until then, Guess we'll just have to wait and see if things turns out to be something after all. Subscribe now and become part of a community dedicated to diving deep into the stories that touch our lives. Your support is more than just a click. It's a commitment to staying connected and engaged with what matters most. As simple as that. Thank you so much.